Oh my goodness. Yeah. So the other day we were me, my wife, and my two kids were driving around town and we were listening to the radio. We're going somewhere, of course, but not just driving. That's not important. So we're driving and the radio happens and the song ends and the DJ or whatever comes on and he says, "Hi, I'm Lee." And I'm like, I'm done with this guy
I'm
already.
Patrick.
And I changed the channel. "Hi, Lee, I'm Dad." No, but I changed the channel and I go Lee 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 Lee, and I'm just doing Camptown Races with just the word Lee
Classic.
in it, and then my wife joins in, so we finish out the whole thing. Lee 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 Lee
Your
Lee
kids are
Lee
just staring
Lee.
at you.
Lee, Lee. Yeah, the kids are like, "What's going on?" And then my son asks, "What is that? Is that from something?" I say, "Oh yeah, that's a really old song. It's called Camptown Races." And my wife goes, "Really? I didn't know that was a real song." Like completely serious. I just thought it was, something that, people knew
Just a jingle.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Passed down
and-
from generation to generation to generation.
And she's like, "Does it have words?" What?
It does.
Come on. Camptown ladies. Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dar,
Doo-dar,
doo-dar. I'm like,
doo-dar.
well, hold on. I am doing the bit from Blazing Saddles completely by
Exactly.
accident.
And your kids are
I
still
do the
like,
whole song.
is dad having a fit? Is he having a crisis?
Yes, I was having a crisis.
But that's classic comedy, though, right? When you come full circle and you rediscover a joke that's already been told in another medium. That's beautiful. Like I don't know. That's sweet. I like that.
I was really proud of myself, and I wrote it down. Had to tell you guys.
I mean,
I love that.
there are, admittedly, there are those like jingles that get passed down. No one really knows. Like we had things that we all said or sang across playgrounds across the country with no internet that just kind of,
It's true.
it went to every single playground. We all just knew.
Well, I mean, my dad would regularly hit me with stuff like that, and not physically, but mentally and psychologically.
Correct. Yes.
Good to
this is
know.
a safe space, Alex.
And it would, thank you. And very much so in the same vein of, oh man, I really wish I could remember some of these songs because I don't know how many of them are appropriate to be singing out loud. But he would mix in one where it was a jingle, and it was like, well, obviously everybody knows that jingle. And I'd mention it. This was always my mistake. I'd mention it to other people, and I'd say, yeah, you know that such and such jingle. And sometimes I'd get back, yeah, okay, that's weird. And then there were other times where he was absolutely yanking my chain, and it was something that he had just made up as like a smattering of melodies, and it was a mess. And so I'd be like, don't you know this song about, diaper butts or something like that, and munchy crunchy chocolatey?
Your friends are like,
and they
what?
would look at me
Diaper
in the
butts,
eyes just like,
diaper butts.
no, please don't do this to me.
Yeah, we all knew that the Batmobile lost its wheel in Joker the
correct.
ballet. Like we all just knew, even though it was 1993 or something. How does that happen?
I don't know.
It's the morphological spheres.
How topical for our
Perfect.
podcast.
Was that
You-
for
you
us,
get
Alex?
it.
Was that your version of a transition right there?
Oh, it wasn't
Speaking
intended
of
to be.
morphological spheres, we've got a great book today.
Ignore the pseudoscience. Jump into the book.
We at Animorphs 55, the podcast, would love to hear from you. You can email the show at animorphspodpeople@gmail.com. We also post links to other listening methods, our Blue Sky account, and links to friends of the show on our Linktree at linktree.com/Animorphs55, the podcast. Enjoy the show. All right. Yeah, that's
Welcome to
that's all
Animorphs.
the banter I had for it.
Welcome to
Hey,
Animorphs.
hey, this is mine. This is my episode. I'm going to do it.
Great.
Girl, you better watch out. Some guys are only about Animorphs 55, the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Patrick.
I'm another host, Alex.
Zach is full of shame.
Somehow I'm a third host here right now in real life, Zach.
It's tremendous. And we are here after having read the Andalite Chronicles.
Yes.
Which is...
specifically, right now we're
book.
going to talk about... Well, this came in... Here's the cover that no one can see.
I can see
beautiful.
it. And it's got a great little fold out that has the...
Listeners, it's actually there.
This camera is moving as I show you. But that's the book 2 cover. That's book 2 cover. That's book 3 cover.
Now, if cover descriptions didn't get you, audience,
saying...
moving camera jokes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it originally came out in 3 mini books.
3D.
And then quickly they put it all together in a big book to publish out, which is what I have. But yeah, the overall thing is the first Chronicles book that we've come across, and the first one is called Elfangor's Journey, which is what we're going to talk about right now.
Yes.
Take it away, Alex.
And a journey does he make?
He does.
Yeah. He's just that kind of guy. Yeah. Well, because we get to enjoy the entirety of this recap, which conveniently in the plot, we get our, what is it? Let's see if my Andalite pronunciation's right. The Yeerk Delest, the final statement.
That's how I thought of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The final statement recorded via brainwaves. Just to recap all of the adventures that Elfangor has been on.
Yeah. Do you think he has to like pick and choose which things go into that? Because, you know,
your mind drifts.
And then I went to the bathroom.
Right. Like you just think about some awful bathroom experience or just whatever. And just, oh crap, that got in there. Well, too late.
It's just how it is sometimes.
So going back to the first book, because that's definitely what we're discussing this time. So Elfangor flies down in the ship and he gives the kids morphing cube powers, and then Visser 3 eats him. Do they ever say what happens to the spaceship?
It gets obliterated by Draken beams.
That's right.
But it doesn't say what happens to the cube unless it's in the spaceship.
Okay,
Well, it wasn't in the spaceship.
I gotta wonder what happened. Like, what was he brainwave dictating this final book to?
Yeah. Like, is the idea of this that we picked it up somewhere, or did he just do it and then this memory thing lasted for all of 5 minutes and then it got demolished, but just we happened to know what it was?
It's definitely not a plot device, y'all. I don't know what you're talking about.
He brained. That's a weird way to say it. He, you know, the first book thing where they do the pictures and stuff. He just downloaded it into Tobias's brain. It's like, hey, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I got this whole book I got to tell you.
He does.
Okay, they are coming to kill me.
He does touch his like forehead, right? And that's why like Tobias knows some of these things at first. That
true.
Jake's like, how do you know about Kendrona rays or whatever? And it's because Elfangor. Sure, let's go with that. Headcanon confirmed.
Bam. That's how we do it. But we zap backwards 21 years earlier as a cadet on the dome ship Star Sword, which has got to be one of the dumber names I've ever heard for a spaceship.
I was thinking
really lame.
It's all one word, and I read it as Star's Word at first.
Star's Word.
Which maybe that's where he brained his book to. The
Maybe
Star's
so.
Word. It's
maybe
library
it actually
ship.
is Star's word,
We don't know. We can't hear him say it.
right?
Star's Word against yours.
Also, would Andalites have swords? Like, why would an Andalite have a sword to name things off of?
They got those dainty little arms.
True.
But I mean, they have a tail blade and their arms can't hold anything. So, like, surely they'd never really use swords.
Are Andalites like T-Rexes? It's like just purely ornamental arms.
It seems like
It's like
it.
it'd be weird if I didn't have these arms.
That's how I think of it.
Can't hug someone with a tail blade.
Clearly.
Take it away, Alex. Let me distract from the conversation for about 10
About
minutes.
swords.
Let's see what's next. Elfangor is in like combat training and everything, and he's getting called basically too intellectual. Oh, you're overthinking it. You're letting your enemy know what's going on. And the idea of Elfangor being
nerd.
called an intellectual, the guy who was like, "Yep, just crash landed on this planet. Here's 5 kids. Here's some magical powers. Enjoy, kids." That's my intellectual. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Great guy.
Yep. And not only was he intellectual then, this is 21 years earlier. Or not 21 years earlier. It was
Even dumber.
Yeah, like it's been, yes.
It ain't gotten any better.
This is his least intellectual time.
Right. But he gets assigned to follow some Skritna raiders, which, what did you guys think about the alien description here? because I've got opinions about the way that the aliens, specifically these, the Skritna, were described as like, oh, they have one entirely different life cycle, and then they like make these cocoons, and then they become a completely different creature. Like that's wild to me.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's like calling them the caterpillar butterflies
right, very much so.
as a species.
Do you not call them the caterpillar butterflies? I thought we all did.
I mean, sometimes I hyphenate it,
today.
sometimes I don't.
Yeah,
I just say it more than I write it,
I don't think I
so I don't have to
remember
worry about it.
I don't think I remember like the overall Rochi part as much as I remembered the Na. So like the Skrit Na, right? Like it combines and then it splits up. Or no, it splits up and combines. Which one was it?
Well, no, isn't it just like it's a gross, dumb bug for the first part of its life, then it
Right.
builds a cocoon,
And
and then it's
splits, that's
a
right.
smart, beautiful warrior?
Yeah, and then the
Supposedly.
Na looks just like any other stereotypical alien description that we've heard, like big almond eyes,
Right.
round face, like which they did have a couple drops like that throughout the book of like little touchstone things of Earth culture.
Okay, so
was
real
good.
It's
quick
gross.
note,
Yeah.
we as a family, we like almonds. We have almonds, we have the raw almonds, we have wasabi almonds, we have smokehouse flavored almonds, and it makes me wonder why they're almond shaped eyes. Can't they be like wasabi almond shaped
Yes,
eye?
that's what they were
Probably
gonna
not the
say.
one I would go to.
Yes,
Uh,
a little bit of tears.
yeah, it's buffalo almond
Buffalo
shape.
Ranch almond shaped eyes.
That's how they're
Not
described.
the
Did you miss that
Lets
part?
you know where they're from. Midwest.
So he yeah, he's chilling on the ship and he's like, I'm a cadet, I don't know anything. He's got his buddy who's also like, I'm a cadet, I don't know anything. We're practicing fighting, and then they just get called up to the captain to be like, there's a Skritna ship. You guys are gonna help us figure out what to do with it. And they're like,
And immediately they're like, really, us? This is a huge honor. And he's like, yeah, it's basically when I need to reach something, but my hands are too big,
yeah,
Yep.
so I need you
Yeah.
to do it.
Good
Oh,
deal with this.
it's not because
Enjoy.
I'm doing a good job.
I did appreciate them adding that little fact because otherwise it was like, why are you having these guys do it? It's very contrived for the plot, but I mean, it's
Mhm.
still contrived for the plot. But at least the captain is silly and saying, "Yeah, dude, I can't fit in the little
The
the little door to get into it. I mean, you're small. You got it."
Also, do you know how big a deal it is if I die in space? No,
Yeah.
it should be you.
We don't care about
Clearly.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got more of y'all coming up at any given time. But they hop in their little fighter, the Andalite fighters, and Elfangor is the
Scooty Puff
pilot, and
Jr..
Arbron is the gunner. And they're basically just given carte blanche to shoot these guys down, which is kind of wild. Like,
Yep.
hey, I know you're new in the academy, but kill.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah. They disarm it or just knock it. They knock everything. It stops. Whatever that. It blew out its tires. Its space tires.
Right. Yeah,
And
correct.
yeah. And they board the ship.
On the ship, they find it's basically what the Gnaw half of the Skritna,
Mhm.
whatever. They're the aliens, and they're holding 2 humans captive, right?
They have a whole bunch of crap. The Skritna steal stuff, which kind of goes more into Earth culture or Earth lore of aliens come and take things and take people and take animals. They just have a bunch of crap in their ship. Andalites
I like
don't
that.
really understand it.
It feels very believable that it's like, oh, we've got these aliens, and it's like, oh, we don't know anything about this culture. What are we going to do? Grab anything that's not nailed down that seems interesting, and we'll just see if we can hawk it. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and 2 of those things were 2 humans.
Yep.
We learn their names. One of them is Lauren,
Right.
and the other goes by the last name. Did he
Yes.
ever say a first name? Yes.
No. Yes.
No.
Maybe.
I'm
Oh,
looking on the Animorphs
Hedrick.
Vandalite.
Okay, it does say it. I had that in my mind. I couldn't
It
remember if it
does?
said that here.
hmm
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the fandom page, and it says Hedrick Chapman, and I never heard that.
I think it says
didn't
it
know.
once.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
And I do
once.
have a theory on this that I'll bring up later. But yes,
Ooh.
the last name Chapman, which when you're reading the series to this point, is the same name as the assistant principal at the Animorphs
Mhm.
school years and years later. These kids are Lauren and Chapman are 15 and
Ish.
Also 15, maybe a little older.
Mid-teens, yeah.
Lauren's 15, I think, is confirmed. Chapman is somewhere in that high school range.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
And we get our, Elfangor coming in, be not afraid moment. And, the humans, they take it all in stride. I really got to, pride them in being able to deal with this. And of course, we get our, they're interacting with aliens for the first time. And she's got a second skin that she takes off. And oh my gosh, you took off your shoes or you took off
ripped
your
your
hooves.
hooves.
We don't have a doctor. Okay. That's funny enough. But
Yeah.
Ultimately, yeah, I get it. We get it. He's an alien. Y'all are aliens. It's fine.
It'll come up a few more times, Alex.
So many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cute way of describing it, but as a reader, I'm like, what could he possibly be talking about? For some of them, I mean,
Right.
the second skin was cleared up within like 2 sentences. It's like, okay, it's a shirt or a jacket or shoes or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, this one had
some of them were
some moments like that where they would describe something and I'm like, I really feel like I've got to put some brain power towards this to figure out what's being described. And I'm like, okay, so clearly leaving it kind of obfuscated and we'll see how it clears up later. And then it turns out to just be, oh yeah, I was talking about, the blue jeans on her. So Lamau, like, can you believe that? Okay,
He did
cool.
say Lamau.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
if this was adapted to a TV show or a movie, it would absolutely have a laugh track where he's like, "Oh, and then her feet are falling off."
Yeah.
Right.
Elfangor, that's just my
shoes.
shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. Canned laughter.
But there was a second ship, if I remember right. There's a second ship, and they go, "Oh crap, that ship just got away." There was 2 Skritnot ships. They only took down 1. Whatever, got away. Who cares? Until they care.
Because they've got one of those morphological spheres on the ship
That's
that Alex was talking about earlier.
Yes.
It's the time matrix.
Yes.
It
On the
is,
second ship that flew away. Yes. They realized that.
Right. Yeah, and so they kind of space out describing the time matrix and like what all it can do over the course of the whole book. But you're just like, it's a time machine of some sort, and they say you could go back in time and take out a bunch of Andalites in the past, and then you wouldn't have any Andalites to worry about.
You can do anything with it to rewrite history, and obviously, in anyone's hands.
Or solve a mystery. DuckTales.
Woohoo. Woohoo. I hope it comes out in a round and not simultaneously.
That'd be good.
But they reassign their ship. They go away because they've now been reassigned to as my notes, reassigned to Alaran the Disgraced's division, which I'm sure he doesn't prefer to be referred to by that, but that's literally, I think, the second thing that they call him. They're like, oh, you'll be under, warrior, what is it, Captain Alaran. And it's like, oh, you mean Alaran the Disgraced? It's like, man, I hate to be known by that name. That's terrible.
Yeah, and I should clarify, right? Like, at this point, they don't technically know the time matrix is on there. They just know we need to go get that second ship. And also,
because what if they have some cool stuff from Earth that we could sell?
And also take these humans back to Earth, right? That's the errand. Take the 2 humans back to Earth. If we can get that ship, that'd be great. Until Arbrin realizes, holy crap, the time matrix is on there. And Alaran is like, I'm making a decision. We're saying screw it on the humans being in Earth, even though we're really close by. Too far away now. We're going to go follow that ship over there. And
we'll drop you off when we're done.
Yeah.
We'll drop you off on Saturn. That's okay, right?
That's pretty close
enough.
Right?
Yeah,
just catch a ride. Gosh. I did like the little bit of flavor and color that we get about Andalite society because what is it? An exodatologist, I think is what they call it. And it's like, oh, do we have an exodatologist who can, analyze the computer data that they've got stored? And Elfangor points to Arbron and he's like, oh yeah, that guy's an exodatologist. He's like, bro, don't tell people.
Yeah, bro.
Like, okay, that seems weird. Well, and we get from Alaran that it's like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had hired a scientist. I thought I hired a warrior.
Yeah, nerd.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much. And we're saying Alaran a lot, like people who haven't necessarily are following along books with us. If you don't recall, Alaran is the eventual Andalite host body of Visser 3. And
he's the one that got bit by the rattlesnake by Axe in book 8.
Yes.
He's been hosting He's been a host to the Visser 3 Yeerk, part of the Earth invasion for I don't know how long, and here we're seeing him before all of that fate befell him.
And I did have to look that up because I was like, that guy's name sounds familiar, but I can't remember where he's from. So I went through my old notes. And I'm like, oh, dang, that was that guy. So, yeah.
I definitely didn't remember his middle and last name automatically. Anyways,
the and disgraced.
Oh, right. That's right. That's what I meant.
Poor guy.
His name is Alaron Scimitar Koras, which I think is supposed to be what scimitar is a kind of sword, and Koras is perhaps also a sword.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
yeah,
very
so
cool.
he's and he's on the Star Sword.
Sword.
Got to keep all the swords on the
sword heavy culture.
Yeah, they're very sword based for already having a sword attached to their body.
Yeah, I'm named after a sword. What are you named after, nerd? What do you do? We use computers. Ooh, look at me. Loser.
Yeah, and so Alaran's very brooding. He's very doesn't like that he's disgraced. He doesn't like that he's stuck doing a dumb errand with a bunch of cadets. He doesn't care about all of it. He's just like, Andalite hierarchy is dumb. This mission is dumb. You guys are dumb. And
I mean, I assume so because everybody's turned their back on him, right? It's like, oh, you're disgraced.
It's justifiable.
No more support from us.
He's extremely jaded. We don't know what got him to the point of being disgraced, but we do know they let us know. Elfangor lets us know multiple times that this guy is in fact disgraced.
Well, that's the next thing that we actually get is when they so they think that the time Arbron says, I think the time matrix is on there, and Alaran's like, oh snap, I think that you're exactly right. And it existed on Earth. It was buried in a pyramid. And, I'm glad they built a Bass Pro Shop on top of it. But I don't know what other pyramid it could have been. Probably one of the ones in Egypt. But you could have just said that.
You think Arbron at this point was like, yeah, suck it. Science is awesome. I figured this out.
Probably not. No, I think he was really trying to downplay it and just be like, what's up with this data, man? I don't know how to use data. I'm too good at, kicking butt rather than reading.
I'm so good at my tail fighting, man. Come on.
Yeah, he probably did all the data science and stuff to it, and then he's like, "Hey guys, I just learned how to I just figured out how to turn it on, and there's just some notes at the front. It says they have the time sphere, and they're going to the Taxon homeworld."
I just clicked a button accidentally and it did statistical analysis. I mean, that couldn't have been me. I don't know how to do that.
I'm a bro just like you.
Anyone want to fight or chest bump or something?
Exactly.
Let's go eat some steak together.
The little amount of room that we've gotten here.
I got this steak knife attached to my body.
But let's see if this is. Oh, yes. So they basically need to go to the Taxon homeworld
because that's tracking that ship. That ship is headed there. Yeah,
that's where they're headed to and everything like that. And I believe this is the part where Elfangor does not destroy. He's like, oh yeah, I think it's going to be suspicious if we just go ahead and destroy this other Skritna ship, and instead we should just go ahead and pursue it down to the homeworld, because it turns out that there are a bunch of. Is this the part where there's a bunch of Yeerks on there in a tank? I think.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah,
it's right before they get to the planet.
Oh, yes, I'm a little bit early. I apologize.
Well, I don't know. Are we not at the planet yet?
So they board the ship to go
They board a ship just outside the Taxon homeworld because they don't want to land the Skritna ship there. They'd rather get a different ship.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. They get Yeah. Because they took so the Star Sword was the big ship that Elfangor was on at first, and then Alaran's ship is the Jahar, named after his wife.
Right.
And then they take the Jahar, following the Skritna to the Taxon world. They're chilling out in space right out there, and they're like, let's board a Yeerk ship to get down there and look less obvious. When they get on that Yeerk ship, there's a bunch of Yeerks in a tank, and Alaran's like, let's do a war crime real quick, and then we'll head on down.
And we can leave this because there's each one of these books has something to talk about as far as this goes, but this idea of these are Yeerk combatants, it's not oh no, this is just a humanitarian mission where we go put Yeerks in people's heads. It's no, the Yeerk are very clearly out to I guess genocide's not the word. I guess it's technically just mass enslavement. So I don't know if it's better or worse as a war crime goes. But you've just got this big old tank full of them, and Elfangor continuously just is like, no, I don't think that we should do this. I think that's wrong. They're helpless. Oh, okay, cool. We should let them go take over another living creature, so
Kill
that way we
that.
can beat up that living creature and kill it. Yeah, you don't make
Yeah.
any sense. This isn't ideologically consistent at all.
Yes, the Elfanger's channeling his inner Cassie for a little bit here.
Yeah, and if they were like a bunch of Hork-Bajir and they were in, and those were the bad guys, and they were like hibernating or something. Yeah, okay, maybe we don't,
Yeah.
go and stab all of these hibernating guys, but because they're Yeerks, it's really just, can we really not figure out a way to do this without killing two? I would much rather kill two beings
Yeah.
rather than one.
Simultaneously.
That's what Elfanger's argument basically is. That's what Alaran's so mad about, right? But he also Alaran also thinks like, what are you even talking about? Just if you have a chance to kill your enemy, you kill your enemy. That's what war is. War is not a beautiful, grandiose painting for the history books or whatever. With like the Andalites tend to idealize it.
Yeah, we don't have time to duel each one of these Yeerks.
Well, and we get our background for Alaran talking about he was there when the Hork-Bajir planet fell, and they're like, oh yeah, I wonder if he was there. He talks a lot about that, and he seems like it's that's what I've heard, but I don't know if any of that's true. And the way he's talking, it's clearly that he's had to do things that are unpalatable to people who purport to be warriors. So I don't know.
The Hork-Bajir planet has already been overtaken at this point. By the way, we're in the mid 70s, I think, Earth time, right? So Hork-Bajir
right.
could be
Hork-Bajir have
taken over time
bell-bottoms?
before that. Yes, that's what I was going for. Lava lamps
Wow.
and all sorts of things.
Oh
yeah.
man, the whole planet fell right as they got lava lamps. What a shame.
What if the lava lamps were really just one slug each in a little Condrona liquid in a container?
Infiltrating.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Mm.
Oh man. So they do go down to the Taxon world, and they're super grossed out because they have to morph a Taxon. I mean, Alran's like whatever, but Arbor and Elfanger are like, this is awful.
And this is morph 3 for them.
Yeah,
they
they've like
have
never really morphed much.
Yeah.
It's not
They
a
have a
we discovered
bird
it's not a very
and-
common thing for Andalites to use the morphing that frequently.
We spent all this time and money and research developing morphing technology, and it's cute,
Yeah,
but we're not going
seems
to do
really
it.
new still. is the
It
impression
kind
you
of sounds
get.
that way, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh, you're supposed to be fighting like normal.
I would be surprised if everyone even had it. Like,
Huh.
the boomers of
I
their
hadn't thought about
generation
that.
probably was like, I'm not even going to get that silly technology. That's what it seems like. It's like the
I
internet.
hadn't considered that as an idea.
I'm just not good with computers.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
that.
good with morphing.
It's that. It's exactly that. That's how I think of it. So you have a generational gap about who's using morphing and who's not. But anyways, yeah, Elfangor and Arbor and Alaran turn into Taxons, and it describes being a Taxon. If you remember, the Taxon is these giant centipede aliens with a cannibalistic tendency, just an insane hunger that drives them so much that a lot of them willingly, or most of them, willingly gave themselves up to the Yeerks to just be like, I don't know, you just handle this hunger, it's awful, whatever. So they're voluntary hosts.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that they're flying around the Taxon homeworld, which is so big around that you couldn't even hug it. Not that you would want to.
Yes. That's just the Taxon way. Everything's too big to hug.
Good,
Dang.
good. Yeah.
Good thing I don't want to.
So
Yeah.
they do land, and they're like, all right, guys, we have a plan. Let's go find the Skritna ship and see if we can get the time matrix. By the way, they left Lauren and Chapman up in the
The
up in
Jahar, right?
in
space,
space.
up in the Jahar, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing will go wrong there.
Was it the
And
Jahar?
or maybe on the Yeerk ship with all
no,
the
it's
all
on
the
the
slugs.
the Skritna. Yeah.
And so then they're like, all right, here we go, guys. Ready? We got a plan. We're gonna go find this. Here we go.
It's like this cool huddle, like at the beginning of a spy movie or something. Like, all right, or like at the beginning of a heist movie. All right, you're going to go in here. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. All right, and break. And then there's like a Taxon that's like riding on a train. And he's like dancing on the roof or something. I'm just imagining like he's got a big pitcher of beer, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a taxon," and he falls off the roof of the train, and then all the taxons around are like,
Just
meat.
mad
Right.
swarm.
Yep.
I mean, this
Gotta
is
eat.
pandemonium within like, is it even minutes? I mean, it's so fast.
If
They're
even,
just their
yeah.
plan goes to crap like right away. Just huge rush. I can't see my friends because we're all Taxons. There's this crazy hunger that's driving everyone. Oh my gosh, just awful. Because everyone's trying to eat the Taxon. In case that wasn't
Yeah,
clear.
and we get this great internal struggle from gosh, these people's names. All right, we get this
Elfangor.
intense internal struggle from Elfangor, and
Good one, the main one.
he's like, yeah,
It's a lucky guess.
I don't want to eat this taxon. One, it's gross, and two, it's just
Mhm.
I'm gross too because I'm a taxon, and
Sure.
but I have to eat it. I have to. No, don't do it. And it's very tense back and forth, and he eventually runs away without eating this guy. And
Well-
he like runs off somewhere, and he's just like breathes and calms down or something.
And these bursts of description, I mean, I would argue that these chapters 13 and 14 here, are really some of the most potent world building elements of, I mean, at least in this segment, of what the spaceport's like. You know, they always talk about that, and you see Star Wars, and it's like, oh my gosh, look at the spaceport, look at that alien over there. I wonder what that guy's backstory is, this, that, and whatever. When you see that in sci-fi and it comes together well, it does such a great job of dropping you kind of into the world. But I think it's easy for a lot of this stuff to get diluted if you throw too much detail out there. But with the world that's already been built, we've got a lot of things. I mean, there's a mention of Ged on this planet, which I was like, oh, I remember those guys. Those are those guys that, the Yeerks took over before.
The first host, yeah.
Yeah. And then the way that Elfangor kind of describes all of the spaceport itself and how they're getting around and being a taxon is just very visceral compared to everything else. I mean, the idea that you're a worm creature with these like little cone-like legs, what I'm imagining is like a really big caterpillar. And he mentions at one point, like, a mile isn't much in space, but on the ground on an enemy planet, it's a very long distance. And I'm like, that makes complete sense. You're a completely different creature. You're trying to get around unnoticed, do whatever you need to do. But that's a lot. And then the other quote that I really liked was, they told us the Yeerks were being stopped by our forces, but this spaceport was evidence to the contrary. And this idea of like, okay, so now you've told me, in like a 2-sentence structure, you've told me that the Andalites are very much presenting this face of like, we're winning the war, we're pushing them back, and we're doing it honorably, which is why Elfangor's kind of got this idea of, oh yeah, I'm not going to just kill innocent combatants.
Yep.
But then you see the spaceport where everyone's yeerked, and you've got all these taxons. Right. This looks like, if this is one planet, what's every other planet like?
Yeah.
Like it's a great set of scenes. So.
Yeah, I agree. It really, it's almost like stunning to Elfangor to be like, wait, like, is everything I know a lie? Maybe,
Yeah.
like this is the first time it's entering his mind.
Yeah.
But since he pulls himself away from that taxon, noticing everything, trying to get away from that hunger and all this stuff, suddenly there's a Hork-Bajir controller that walks up and says, "Hi,
Hello.
I'm Sub-Visser 7, and it's really weird that you didn't eat that taxon over there." And Elfangor's like, what? And he like tries to pretend to talk like a taxon. He's like, scree. and the Sub-Visser's like, no, come with me.
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
So
he's like, I know what you are. And he says basically demorph because I want an Andal. I mean, okay. It's not a spoiler to say who Sub-Visser 7 eventually becomes, right? Not at this point.
Right.
We're talking about the book.
Yeah.
This is the Yeerk that will become Visser 3 eventually. Okay. So looking back on it with that context, he's very much already acting like Visser 3. He's like, I'm going to just immediately say I know that this is the thing that's morphed, even though I have no idea. And then I'm going to tell you my plan. Like, I want an Andalite body, and that's what I want. Like, Visser 3 has the same. He's consistent. He will tell you exactly what he wants and try to get that thing. Like, and he will let you know what he's going to do and how he's going to get it and all these things. It's perfect. Very much like Visser 3. But right now he's Sub-Visser 7. And he says, Elfangor, demorph. Did he say Elfangor? I don't know. He just says, hey, demorph. I want that body. Elfangor says no.
Yeah.
And so they shove him off a cliff.
Stop
as a
the train.
Taxon.
Yeet.
Yeah. Yep. If you recall, Taxons tend to explode when they hit things, which he basically did.
Like a bag of wet garbage.
Yes, which he basically did. So he's an exploded worm on an alien planet by himself, can't find his friends.
Mm-hmm.
He demorphs before, he describes it as before the swarm comes to get him, the swarm of other Taxons, and remorphs before they can start. You know, so I just my tail. I just need my tail. I just need my tail. You know, and then he turns into a Kafit bird.
Well, he's actually getting eaten alive for a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's
which
awful.
is like absolutely horrific. And it's
Yep.
very much like, oh yes, well, if you won't do that, I'll throw you out of train. Very like old Bond
to
movie.
the sharks. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, you thought that you had found the safer option, but nope, just being eaten alive while you try and turn into your original form so you can kill somebody long enough that you can turn into a bird and fly away. Yeah, no.
Yep.
Normal Animorph stuff.
And then Sub Visser 7 sitting there shaking his fist. I'll get you next time, you Andalite.
Meddling kids.
Yeah.
Should have tied him to the railroad tracks.
Exactly. Doesn't he know?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, so he flies back, and he still hasn't, like, Arbron's still lost, and Alaran's still lost. So at this point, he gets back kind of to where he was, like, just kind of like, let me just get back to where I was, see if I can find everyone or anything, or just what am I doing? And he sees the thing that's alarming now. He's like, oh, great, if anything else could go bad. He sees the Jahar coming down. And he's like, wait a minute. I'm not on that ship.
Nope.
Hold on a second. Yeah. And this is kind of a plot hole to me. Like, Chapman or Lauren flew a spaceship suddenly. Like, 'cause those are the only two people on that ship. Chapman brought the ship down, and he walks out with Lauren, dragging Lauren behind. And Sub Visser 7's made it back here at this point as well. There's a whole bunch of flock of controllers around the ship, just like, whoa, what is happening, you know? And these two creatures that they've never seen before. They don't know what humans are.
Right.
Chapman, like, nobody knows what a human is. Andalites, Yeerks, Hork-Bajir, Taxons, whatever. Chapman says, hey, I've come to bargain.
Yes.
And the Sub Visser's like, what? He goes, yes, I'll give you a whole planet full of, and like points at Lauren, selling out the whole human race. And that
is our cliffhanger.
Just cliffhangs right there. That's where we in that spot.
Elfangor and Cliffangor. Yes.
Ha! I know I kind of wrapped that part there, but there's a lot there to unpack. Feel free to talk about any part of that ending right there for this book.
Have we reconnected with Arbron yet?
No. He's still alone.
Ooh.
Listen to the next one.
Yeah. The idea that Chapman, Chapman is, hearing his name immediately, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. We're either going to get one of two things. One, oh, I was a bright, sunshiny kid, and here's why, I broke bad. Or he's always been this way, and he is just the worst. And between mocking Lauren's father for being in Nam, to oh, I'm going to sell out the human race because maybe I can make a couple bucks or be on top. Just the worst, the absolute worst.
The worst, yes.
Gosh.
Does he come off as that awful in the limited bits that we've seen Chapman in the first handful of regular series books?
Well, I remember in book 2 where they're the cat and they rebel against the Yeerks inside of them, and they're like, we did this because you said you would spare our daughter. That doesn't super line up well with this, unless I'm missing a lot.
Right. He comes very much as like as a sympathy figure. Like, look at everything he's doing for his family.
Yeah, and here it's like, I would like it if my whole planet was enslaved by Yeerks. Like, what's in it for him? He could have just sat on the spaceship.
Right.
But he's mad at Alaran the Disgraced?
He's being like devil's advocate for everything, like just constantly taking the other side of everything.
They mentioned at some point that he's like, look, I just want to get back and stuff like that. But it's like, if there's money to be, it kind of seems like he's on the Skritna side where it's like, well, they yoinked our stuff and I'd like to make money off of that. If they're going to steal stuff, I might as well get cut in on it. it seems deeply self-interested from a, like, I genuinely don't understand the scope of what's going on kind of way. But
Yeah.
as these books, as the next two parts of this book come together, it's very much more like, yeah, I can see why you and Visser 3 cooperate, because you're both very much that, I'll cut off my nose to spite my face kind of guy.
Mm. Yeah, and everyone takes a turn in chastising Chapman. Alaran's
He's
like the best
really
one,
bad.
right? He says something like when Chapman makes fun of Lauren's dad for being a non-vet and having PTSD and things. Alaran says, "Oh, have you been to war ever?" And Chapman's like, no, I'm too young." He's like, "Then shut your mouth." And I'm like,
Exactly.
okay.
Thanks, Alaran.
High five.
Good guy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it just ends with like Elfangor's alone, Sub Visser 7's right there. Chapman's showing everyone what humans are. We're stuck on the Taxon world. Book end.
Come on down to Crazy Esplin's used spaceship lot, where I can't wait to get you in these here ships. I've got a pair of heavy cruisers barely used by an old script-knock couple on the weekends for minor hauling jobs. We've crashed those prices and shredded those MSRPs just to make room for more inventory. We've got a Model 14 Andalite fighter, a classic model, traded in by two teens who are ready to upgrade to a Model 22. Deals like these won't stick around for long, folks. Like imports, a Yellow Earth land speeder is arriving later today. We've even got a time matrix. Wait, it no longer exists in this universe? Folks said it, just how fast this inventory is moving. If you've got a ship you need to offload for hard cash and quick, you need to come on down today. If you bring an Andalite with you, we'll double the value of your trade-in. And if we can't make you a deal, I'll crawl in your ear. So get on down to Crazy Esplin's today. Located conveniently 300,000 Earth kilometers just outside of Saturn. Take the outer ring off ramp at exit 71.
What do you guys think? I mean, knowing it is one part of a very quick trilogy.
I thought it was super interesting. The whole just intense feeling of being a taxon really, I don't know, stuck with me after I stopped reading it.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Just really horrible.
And like, I understand that characters like Chapman have to exist in books, but just don't want to read the things coming out of his mouth. I don't want to interact
punch
with
him.
this character.
Yeah.
I don't want this
Can
nonsense.
we just say he did some things behind the scenes and not like watch him?
Yep.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. Oh gosh, I don't have a score prepared.
You got it. We believe in you.
All right. Let's do 8 drunk Taxons falling off of a train out of 10.
I also think 8 out of 10. A lot of what you said. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10. Actually, 7 out of 10. A lot of what you said. I think that the characters are fairly two-dimensional. It's these guys are good and these guys are bad. Therefore, you should sympathize with the good, and everything that the bad do is bad. That's really all it. There's other gray moments where they discuss morality and things. As far as the characters go, it is very clear which side you're supposed to sympathize with.
Right.
Even Alaran, you're like, well, you're still on Alaran's side because he's like one of the mighty Andalites. And then we slowly learn things over the course of the book that maybe changes your mind. But yeah, I'll say 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Roach half bodies of a Skrit-Da combo alien. Wait, half
Wow.
bodies. So then it's 3.5.
Was that the worst?
I don't know.
The grossest way you could have described that?
Yes, maybe. You're welcome.
Let's see. I think that there is this first part very much reminds me of when you watch a movie and you have like 1 or 2 actors in there who clearly are just like, I'm here to chew the scenery. They just like really send it with like a monologue or something like that. And you're like, wow, this person's really having a good time being here, but maybe the material isn't quite as strong as they are managing to leverage it to be. Like they know what kind of movie it's in. Like I don't know if you have seen Muppet Christmas Carol, but you have like Michael Caine,
Yes.
who's just like
Every
absolutely
year.
sending it.
Mm-hmm.
And compared to everybody else, where it's like, yeah, they're the Muppets. They're just showing up and they're telling a story. But he's like playing it as serious as a car wreck. And that's kind of how I feel with some of the characters in this, where like, oh yeah, well look, we're the new upstarts and stuff like that. And Halloran's like, you don't know what war is like. You don't know what anything's like, you stupid kids. I love that. I just love how intense he is this whole time.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of the alien stuff very much fell flat for me. Very much so. One of the weaker parts of this story is this idea of kind of the mundaneness of alien Andalite culture. And I feel like it's only in moments when Elfangor is examining it, from a like, does this match up from my beliefs up to what I'm actually seeing, that's interesting, rather than just like, look, here's the Star Sword and we've got these things on board and here's how big the rooms. I do not care. I did not care. It was not remotely interesting to me. So maybe I'm just the wrong guy, but there was plenty of great scenery building elsewhere. Plenty of the internal monologue stuff for Elfangor, really, really cool. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go ahead and give this, probably 2 Skritna ships with their engines disabled out of 5.
Out of 10, Alex.
Oh, out of 10?
I can't do proportions. Wait,
I will
Well,
give
see, the
this.
Skritna ships also have phases, and so really they're 2 ships each.
I will give this a. Okay, I will give this a Sub-Visser 7 out of the Council of 13.
Oh, God.
How about that? Any
So,
better?
like,
It's much worse.
A little
Love it.
more than 5.
There you go.
Okay,
How about that?
great.
There's my generous
I love it.
improvement.
Great. And this is only one part. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's other time. The rest of this story could drag it down or bring us up. I think we could talk a few episode comments that I've kind of collected over time.
Episode
I've seen.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Yeah.
So what? Spotify lets you do episode comments,
Mhm.
and iTunes lets you do. Is iTunes still a thing? Apple Podcasts
It does reviews.
lets you do reviews.
Mhm.
Does Spotify let you do reviews?
You can just rate. You can't-
Apparently not.
not a written one, but I do have some comments that I collected. One of them I thought you guys would appreciate. Talking about our My Harry's Adventure. Was
gosh.
this a poor choice, or is Goosebumps not actually good? Which is what one of us said. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he said,
probably
yeah,
all
it's
3 of
definitely
us.
a little bit of column A and column B. And I think the more I think about it, like the more I read those, gosh, like, are they good or are they not good? You guys just don't know. And I gave you a terrible taste to start with.
I think and this may be speculation on this, but Animorphs, you've got like a kind of overarching story. So you kind of can say, okay, well, at least it fits into the overarching story.
Mhm.
From what I understand, Goosebumps has like threads in a universe rather than being.
I don't even think that's generous. I mean,
Oh, okay.
there's a few sequel ones, but it's mostly just an anthology.
No, okay.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
makes it easier for certain things to be just bottom of the barrel and other things to be
and
like, oh, that's really good.
And they are. Some of them are. Another one I had was because we were talking about this. Okay. One of the comments was the Animorphs and Axe is an editorial thing that you find on the backs of the books. This is from our buddy Logan, by the way. I want to point that out.
Oh.
An editorial thing that you find on the backs of the books because the editor thought Animorph was a term that only applied to the humans. In most of the books, and according to authors, Axe is an official Animorph, but the editors just didn't necessarily. I'm adding this part. The editors didn't necessarily know those details.
You're
when they,
editorializing it.
Aha, yes. He said also regarding the remember the Hork-Bajir that we talked about, aware that he like gave very explicit instructions about how to get out of that ship,
Yes.
like
yes.
perfect English or whatever. Logan wrote also regarding the Hork-Bajir speech. My idea is that Visser 1's Yeerks were educated, and therefore they could be placed inside of a Hork-Bajir host and speak perfectly well. But Visser 3 never educated as Yeerks, so his guys had to mix and match their speech.
What accent do you think that Hork-Bajir had?
Definitely British, like a Patrick Stewart, or like a William Daniels. That's not British, but
I'm thinking like a New England style accent. I'm thinking like a New York accent. Yeah, you're gonna want to go ahead and take 2
Like
doors down
Michelangelo?
there. Yeah, exactly. I need somebody with a
You're
really
gonna approach
trashy
the
accent.
drop shaft. Drop shaft's gonna be wicked scary.
Wicked scary.
Just do it. Just hurl yourself in there.
And then the other one I saw, which was, I think we've talked about Paw Patrol enough. They said Paw Patrol is just police propaganda, and the Animorphs could beat them in a fight any day.
Oh, dang.
And I know that
I mean,
Patrick's favorite Paw Patrol pup is Chase, the police pup.
Zuma. It's definitely Zuma.
Anyways, those are just some comments that I appreciate all those comments. People who are leaving comments, those are awesome. I like reading them and laughing. Keep doing it. It's great.
love the extra, editor decisions and stuff like that. That's actually a really cool context to have without having to, because I can't go onto the wiki and be like, well, let me just go and look these things up because, spoilers, obviously. So it's always good to have that kind of stuff. I appreciate you all commenting on there.
Okay, guys. Well, let's wrap it up, and we'll dive back into Elfangor's adventure next time.
Tune in next time for more.
Part 2.
Cliffhanger.
Shut up. Bye-bye. Animorphs 55, the podcast, is a fan-driven, nostalgic podcast created by Zach Hurdle, Patrick Viersba, and Alex Holton. But don't tell the Yeerks. Theme music provided by Neko Boy. Podcast artwork by Rachel Hurdle. Episodes edited by Patrick Viersba. Based on the 90s sci-fi kids series written by K.A. Applegate, Michael Grant, and other contributing authors. To contact the show, email animorphspodpeople@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
And opinions expressed by our guests do not necessarily reflect the views of the Animorphs 55 the podcast crew.